thing started. All right. We didn't have Zach for the recap. I'm a little bit tired. So, outside of the
I
genocidal murder you guys did last week, what was what were you guys doing? What were you doing?
saying you guys comes on a little strong.
I mean, you didn't stop them, Mike.
I tried.
Did you? You had the cages and the cheese, and nobody stopped them.
I didn't have the cages and the cheese. The cages and the cheese were outside. I was trying to wait, and then, Viv walked into the room, took the ballista. I was like, okay.
Okay, well, it was just aimed at the door. You didn't have to
I
kill.
was,
You didn't
I
have
was
to
gonna
kill all
wait.
the children.
At no point did I strike a child. Thank you.
At no point was a child struck in our offices. It's like, oh, that's something to look forward to.
So what had happened was we got into the cave. We went down the side path where we found a large pit in the ground with a ladder that went down about 10 feet. Being the geniuses we are, we decided that must be where the goblins are, down the hole that there's no feasible way for them to come back up from. So we cobbled together some rope, went down the hole, and explored for a little bit where we found a area that appears to be blocked off because of flooding. We discovered no goblins there, much to our surprise and shock. So we came back up the hole and proceeded to the room where there was noises. It turns out goblins make noise. I walked to the door first, opened it. Some rocks and a ballista hit a wall. At which point, uh, combat began. Viv took charge, ran into the room, took a ballista. Our rogue, that I am not remembering the name of at this exact moment,
Ours
came in, sniped a child.
three, three children.
Disgusting, ugly children.
Disgusting, ugly children.
Disgusting, ugly children.
Disgusting, ugly children. Let me pop that real quick.
Um, I don't know the exact series of events, but I do know that a child was absolutely obliterated by a smite. I'm pretty sure its health was wrapped like 4 or 5 times over because it was a child and got smote.
What's a comedy?
It's just tragedy plus time.
Several people began immediately beating up the children. I tried to, subdue the one adult in the room. Got attacked by some children. These children were ridiculously brave for being children in what ostensibly was a nursery. I just want to mention that.
That was
The children continued. It looked like it was a nursery, if anything.
It was a kitchen, but yeah, go on.
He was trying to make us feel better.
Am I? I think it's worse. You guys attacked them while they were eating. They brought in guns to protect themselves. You just wacoed these
Apparently,
guys.
apparently the goblins just keep a ballista in the kitchen.
You don't have a kitchen ballista? What else?
I don't have a kitchen ballista, no. Uh,
Apparently, they kept
What?
a kitchen ballista for a fucking reason. With the
Didn't
way
help
that you
'em.
all act.
Did not help.
Didn't save the kids. We killed all of the children because nobody knows how to make a non-lethal attack.
Oh, I know how to. I just didn't want to.
The children had
I'm-
it coming.
I am attributing what happened to
They touched me.
incompetence, not malice. We proceeded to head down to the next area. Found a sleeping goblin. That one was an adult, so I just killed it. Found a box that was a pitfall trap, struggled valiantly and managed to open said box. Found another box behind a ballista behind a sleeping goblin. That one was
Couldn't
the
open it, so I
important
took it
box.
with us.
We couldn't open it, so we took it with us. And found a hall of doors where I think we found one more goblin before clearing out the whole cave, as far as I can tell. We headed back to camp, and Viv learned a incredibly important lesson in not drinking things that you don't know what they do.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, Viv got 7 years younger.
Correct.
They're 17 now. I don't know why she was freaking out about that so much. Like,
I think it's fun.
I think it's funny, but also they're like, oh my god, I'm 25 and now look at me, I'm 17 again. And it's like, all right, I don't see the much difference between the two of those in a physical sense. Like I think
You are now,
I think you've already hit the peak of your maturity. All it is now is beginning to slowly look older.
you're now no longer legal to drink in many counties. I don't think that applies to this world, but hey.
I'm gonna need to see some ID. Here's my ID. This is a much older woman.
Slightly older. You don't age
Yeah,
that
don't
much in that
remind me.
sort of- we happen to have a second potion, and
I
I
think
did
Liv
ponder
said she
aloud
wants
if
to
it would
drink
be. Viv does want to drink it to see if she can get to 13, because that's what's going to happen.
Like, you're freaking out. No, you're not. This isn't freaking out. This is character development. Oh no, I ruined another character. So you were.
I was pondering taking the potion for myself because I think Dungeons and Dads would make a fantastic theme for this game.
That would be very funny. From here, because you're at the camp.
I
that
think I'm the only other person young enough to become an adolescent with that potion.
Probably. So we have that. We have all the other stuff. I think all the other crap would be group loot that I can get here. 3 big healing, 2 potions of longevity, 2 potions of speed, and a potion of poison. Here, drink this. What is it? Don't worry about it. Just drink it.
In
This
fairness,
tastes
it was
awful.
not that.
I have more. Dies.
In fairness, I slightly misspoke. It's not that it wasn't identified. It was successfully identified. It was misinterpreted. Because the statement was that it will make you live longer. Give it to the human.
Ah, crap. Give me one
I
sec.
gave it to the human. She now is going to live reasonably 7 years longer.
Ugh, give me one sec. I'll be right back. Back.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
You good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I feel like what has happened is cork has been pulled out, and body things needed to happen. So we'll leave it at that. Okay. So the recap for what we have. You guys are back at camp. With all this stuff that's gone on from here. Ash is freaking out. Tara's doing his own thing. Grisnow's probably looking over other crap, and Arios is just being Arios. So, 4 of you then, the party that is here, what are you all doing? What is the plan? Because this is just camped out from in front of where you were, the tunnel.
Did I get the bodies to put them in the cages?
I don't think we need bodies in cages.
I'm going to be swinging between crying and just screaming at basically everybody.
Crying and screaming.
Yes.
I think I only shot at the adults. You don't remember.
It doesn't make it any better.
I I don't take any responsibility for anything that happened in there, except for the ballista that we took out of there. Did we take? Did we successfully take the ballista out? I wanted to mount it onto the.
Yes, you did.
Wagon.
Yes. Wagon with a ballista. It'll be great. Mounted turret.
That sounds like one of those things that you see happen and you just go, no, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, dragons need munitions. How are they supposed to keep littler flyers from attacking them?
Eating them? I imagine eating them would be a good solution.
I think a ballista is a good solution.
Oh, speaking of eating them, so I heard that goblin children are supposed to be incredibly tender.
I'm just going to stare at you, Malk, and say it's one thing if Mittens eats them, it's another thing if you do. Mittens doesn't know better. You should absolutely know better.
What do you
Well,
know?
I mean, I haven't eaten any yet.
Why do I doubt that?
Why do you doubt that?
Wait. I mean, you can doubt it, but I haven't eaten any yet.
I'm so used to you biting everything that it really wouldn't surprise me if you did just take a chunk out of one of them.
That's okay. I understand where you're coming from, but rude.
So we have a new paladin in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And-
the crumpled mess over there.
And the paladin is just covered in gore.
I think it
Yeah,
got
it happens
speared off by
sometimes.
divine light.
I don't know that divine light protects you from an exploding goblin.
They didn't have a chance to explode. They evaporated in radiant damage too fast.
Yeah, but you're a holy man. Can you bring them back from the dead?
Not yet. And I thought smite depends on your patron as to what kind of damage it does. Or is it strictly radiant?
That's strictly radiant.
I think
Or necrotic if you are evil.
It's one of the two.
That being said, both of those would evaporate a body.
Fair enough.
I don't necessarily feel good about turning in this quest, guys.
I mean, you
Well-
already did it now. It'd be foolish not to also get paid for the murders.
Yeah, but we
just
could.
did it out of the good of our heart.
We could just as easily, say we didn't find the cave and not get attributed to this whole thing.
I'm going to kind of look at you, Ruby, and say, you didn't actually kill any of them, did you?
No.
No, you did, or no, you didn't.
Just the big one.
To be fair, I also didn't kill any of the children, I think. It's hard to tell. They're also small.
I'm just gonna kind of sit there with my head in my hands and be like, I'm surrounded by murderers and thieves.
We're not even in
Ooh.
town.
Yeah, what he said. I just point up.
I am aware that we're not in town. At least if I was in town, I might have a few decent people around me.
What do you mean? We're all clothed.
And I'm just going to especially look at you, Doug, and be like, and I can tell that you killed most of them.
Actually, I don't think I did.
Well,
No, I think they.
you're the one that
Was it you who they pinned to
you're
the
the
ground?
one.
No, they didn't pin me to the ground, but I only think I killed maybe like one. Which is definitely not most. Most is definitely a bigger number than one.
I got tackled by them, but they didn't pin me.
Well, most other than Mittens. I expect Mittens to kill just everything. We've seen what Mittens does to everything. And I'm just gonna kind of look over where Tara is, and please tell me that we didn't jam Dwagon into the tiny cave.
Tara would
No,
probably look
I
at
can
you
stay
and go,
outside.
he probably mumble at you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ugh.
We didn't bring Dragon in. Dragon stayed at the entrance to the cave because the cave is too small, and then Dragon can eat whatever ran out.
And that explains some of the broken traps. I. God damn it, Ed. The swarm of disgusting, ugly children. They can occupy the same space as an enemy.
Oh, you just noticed that?
Yes.
That's such a good one.
Okay, well, because I'm willing to bet you killed everything in the cave, we can most likely at least go turn it in.
I think there was one group of children you didn't murder. I think you scared them off. I think that's what happened.
Well, if you scared them out of the cave, you scared them right into Dwagon's mouth. Which is ostensibly the same thing. Because I'm pretty sure that a Drake's stomach is still lethal.
Look, we did the best we could. It wasn't great, but we tried.
Well, if you actually feel bad, we can apply the reward towards something good for the town rather than properly taking the reward.
A little Pike's Gladiator Arena? I mean, an orphanage?
The orphanage. Though, Knowing you, you'll bring it to the brothel.
Hey, hey. It's called a orphanage, okay?
They're hard-hitting people too.
Again, the brothel to add to the orphanage.
The brothel to add to the orphanage. Ugh. Alright, so the party then
We
I'm
could make an addition, and that's just a separate wing of it.
Ugh.
I can help build their
Criminals.
foyer with a pool.
Criminals everywhere.
This is a fantasy setting. There has to be bad people.
But we don't
not
have to
be
be
that.
the bad people.
I'm not a bad person. I'm keeping the forest clean.
All right, I say we go get our check from Crime Stoppers because we've definitely stopped future crime.
Future crime. Alright, making your way back to what is town then. So. Is it overworld?
We
Yeah,
have
it's
most certainly
Go back to sleep.
stopped
Part two.
things.
We've stopped a wagon. Did we? Is that what we did? Now, how are you guys going back?
The longer way.
The longer way?
The
one
wagon?
the one that doesn't go past the troll this time?
I mean, if we do go past the troll, I'm just telling him to go back to sleep.
That might not work a second time. That guy might be well rested now.
It's a troll.
You're
When
feeling
don't trolls
pretty
sleep?
tired.
You're feeling really tired. Oh, I am. I take the longer way from here. Alright, let's see. Somebody go ahead and roll me a d20. A 19.
Completely uneventful.
I don't say completely uneventful. On the roadway there back to Sandra, you would pass a caravan of merchants. Excuse me. Caravan of merchants and the people that would be guarding them. They seem to have quite a number of carts with them being pulled. It would be about 12 of them altogether. It's a really large caravan. And they wave you as you guys are walking by.
They wave back.
Growl at them.
Yeah, I guess we wave back.
Yeah.
It's an unusually large caravan, I think.
Relatively large one. You don't normally see that many. Usually when you see a caravan of people, it's usually about 4 or 5. You don't see almost 3 times as much. So waving you by from it then, they say, "This is the path down to the plains."
The
Is that a question?
Yeah, that is a question. Is this the path down to the plains? Is what they're asking.
the plains are off to the west. So we're going eastbound. So I would assume so.
Right? And they'll thank you. They said that they're coming all the way from... Oh, where is it?
Nuraft.
No, they're coming from Seguli. They stopped up over by Usandra, and they were trying to figure out how to get to Nizanko. They know they got to go to the plains, though. So they want to make sure they're going the right way.
Yes. And what was the threat of the plains? I think it was the griffins.
Yeah.
So
There's at least one fewer of those.
Three.
I would tell
Three
I
less.
would tell them, yeah, that's the right way. Just be aware that open ground means that you will have flyers that very much want to eat your horses.
They tell us about that. So the best thing for that then is to get a hovel or at least some kind of coverage for it. We've got enough of this that we could think we could carry around from it then, so it shouldn't be a problem.
The other option is to just stay near the wood line once you're into the plains.
He'll nod. Before he goes off that, he says, "What group are you with?"
I don't believe we're in the group.
No, believe you're with the group.
We're just adventuring. Unfortunately, this group, I'm just going to kind of look at them and be like, has not yet found their path.
Huh.
Because obviously I'm in full holy garb. And, well, yeah.
I don't think he's going to say much to you about them from there, but he's going to look at Ruby, Doug, and Malk for it then.
Mark will be staring off into the distance, picking his teeth. Notice he's looking at me, and then stop picking his teeth and look over at him.
He's like, alright, well, if you're heading down south then, you'll probably want one of these for it. You kept getting, what's the word I'm looking for? Not accosted. Kept getting stopped by caravans heading there. And he'll toss you what looks almost like a coin at first. You look at it in your hand for a bit, then you can see what looks to be almost like a red triangle, but it's a scale. It's a red scale in his hand.
Oh, another one of those.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Bunch of the goblinoids been getting together. And they're using this for some reason. We got stopped by one of the caravan people. He's been coming with us. We flashed these at all the patrols and they let us by with no problem. One deed to another. You take care. And they'll continue on.
Thank you.
It will take you guys then probably about another 4 hours to get to the front gates to Ysandra then. From here, as you
I'm
can
sorry,
see.
did that man say that they were using... The goblins were using that?
He said goblinoids.
Goblins,
Okay.
orcs.
Yeah, what a weird conundrum. What is that? What could that possibly mean?
The book that we have on dragons, does that cover the religion of dragons?
I'd say it probably has a few things for the religion of dragons there. What about the religion of dragons did you want to find out? Or were you going to ask?
Well, it's what I'm generally pretty sure of, but because it's a red dragon, goblinoids, do they tend to worship red dragons? And I would assume that I would know that.
Goblinoids do not tend to worship dragons. Goblinoids fall under peer review of a lot of the monster races. Hobgoblins, goblins, bugbears. Even some orcs. They all have their own individual deity that they would worship. Red dragons? Not among them.
Huh.
Dragon deities would normally be like dragonkind. They'd be doing that, as well as priests of, I'm trying to think, like worshipping cults.
Tiamat.
Yeah. We want to bring around the end of times for them. We want to bring it back to the glory to turn everything into fire and ash. And be rewarded for it. You know, rewarded with fire and ash. Or you get the other end of it, Bahamut, who's just like, hey, law and order, law and order. But yeah, no, the goblinoids don't normally have that. They're just usually a little bit more mischievous, a little bit more freedom bound.
Awesome. So, we can assume something has them potentially in thrall. At least that's what I would hope. Doesn't mean I'm right. So, okay. Onward to you, Sandra.
Alrighty. Be about 4 hours from here then, so you guys already got a long rest. Kitchen from here to the front gates of Usandra. Let's see, front gates from here. What else would be going on? Probably people will be getting ready with the party. You can see other caravans and a few other people parked out up front. Large wagons, stations, other kind of things and tents set up. The dead month only, what did I say, about a week away? 2 weeks?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting set up, getting ready for it. As always, it turns into a big party. Because it's essentially their New Year's Eve. So having that going, you can see new faces, fresh faces, and a bunch of other kind of things. New sellers, old sellers, people yelling, arguing with each other. Just a regular kind of rabbling around. Go from here then. Where are you going to go ahead and turn in your bounty? Do you even know where to turn in the bounty?
Guard captain. The guard captain, because he's the one who basically gave us all of the information on it.
That was Kasky, right?
I believe so.
I'll go ahead and get rid of the free goblin seed here. And you will go to the head portion from here. Knocking on the doors and getting a hold of Kasky. The door will swing open. She'll let you in. As you can see, what she's doing is setting up paperwork. She sees your group. She asks how she can help you.
Well, they cleared the goblins from that cave.
You moved them?
They moved them from this plane of existence.
You see her just kind of shake her head a little bit. Alright. And the stolen goods?
Did we?
I'm gonna kind of look at Doug and Malk and be like, that's probably the case that you couldn't open.
No, that's what the case had potions.
The case
I'm
that had
referring to
potions.
the chest that they couldn't open.
That was the chest they
Yes.
couldn't open.
It's been open.
Oh.
That's why they just took it with them.
This one. I will pull out the lockbox.
Was there
Did
another
my
one?
mic mess up? Or there was a lockbox being yeah, the weird like circly bit. There was a lockbox. There was a circly bit hallway with a ballista behind a door.
Oh yeah, because it
Is that
spiraled.
the lockbox? Yeah. Spiral. That's the word.
That was a different one. Yeah.
I gotcha. So not this one. Okay.
And you hand her the box.
So I hand them the box.
Do you hand her
Yeah.
the box? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
You
I'll hand
do.
them the box.
And she just kind of looks at it. You see her poke it and try and open it. So how do we open it? She'll say.
Well, normally we have a guy that can pick locks, but he seems busy today.
Okay. So go get him.
Mock will just walk away and leave to find Arios.
I don't think Arios will know how to open this, but that is funny. He just walks away.
Go get him. Okay.
Bye.
Just fucking leave. I don't know.
Peace. Does that?
I'm gonna look at Caskey and be like, there is always the option of just smashing it open, but that'll smash whatever's inside.
Oh no, I took the box with me.
Bulk leaves with the box. His arms standing there. It's like, we don't have to do this. We could just smash it open.
But I am going
That's
to
any
note to
longer enough.
Caskey that if it's not that box, I mean,
There was still a whole lot left in there.
they killed basically everything else inside. The only thing to be aware of is apparently there are ballistae that were set up on trap wires.
Ballistas on trap wires?
Open a
In
door,
fairness.
have a ballista shoot you in the chest.
We did take the ballistas.
You took the ones that you found.
How do you take one you didn't find? Anyhow,
So if you want to send your guards to potentially dig anything else out of that cave, in case we missed anything.
The whole reason for paying people was to do that for us. Now, is there any goblins there or anything else?
Well, they killed what they believe was a single adult and a plethora of children.
You say that to her, and she looks at you with a very disconcerting look. An adult and several children.
Goblins, but still.
I see her stop signing things and kind of put her pen away and just kind of look at your group. So what exactly happened?
Well, from my
Well.
understanding, as I was setting everything up outside to try to non-lethally collect the goblins, they entered. They came across the goblins. Initially, when they opened a door, it again set off a ballista, tried to nail one of them to a wall. And from there, they turned it into a brawl and proceeded to annihilate most of them. They continued to chase them, and they annihilated the rest of them as they chased them through the rest of the caves rather than attempting to chase them out. And of course, one of our party members brought a full-grown drake, and the drake chose to stay at the front of the cave, so when any of them were chased out, they were most likely inevitably eaten by the drake.
She nods her head. She looks over. You see her take a small bag out, and she places it on the table. And she says, "Okay, we're never going to discuss this again."
Fair.
All right, now get the hell out of here.
All right.
Closes the door behind you, and then continues doing what she was doing from before. So at this point, you'd probably go out to a tavern or a bar someplace while this is going on. So, with the group reforming then from here, you've collected exactly 100 gold.
All right.
So, with your money and the events that have taken place, what does the party do?
We should
Mark will
probably
walk
find
back into the
something.
office and go, I couldn't find him.
Gonna find who?
Arios.
Arios.
To open the lockbox.
Arios is doing his own thing then right now.
That's what I said. And you said to go find him, but I can't find him. He's somewhere out there.
He's a sneaky one. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's one thing that they really didn't want to do and deal with, taken care of in a very terrible kind of way. In any case. Back over to a bar.
Again.
Maybe a few more people, I think. It's a really weird day for all of this to be going on. With the bar sitting down from here, people drinking, people eating. The money you guys have, the other items that you've gotten for then. With a couple weeks then, at this point to the dead month. From here. What is everybody's plans?
I'm going to actively get a bottle of rum and start getting drunk.
Well, you're at a tavern. That wouldn't be too hard to do.
I know.
Just rum?
So
Just rum?
And yes, I'm getting drunk. I'm going straight for hard alcohol.
A liquor priest. I see how it is.
Well,
Double joint.
I mean, what the team did to the children. Oh God, the children.
Oh god, the children.
Only we had
Doug
a
will
man of
join
faith there who
going
could've
drink for
stopped them.
drink.
Mark will try and keep
Did-
up too.
Did you already add the gold to the stash?
The person who's normally doing the stash would be Zach. I didn't put the 100 in there. There's only 4 of you right now. You could take 25 gold apiece and just not share with anybody else. Be like, the reward was the children we murdered along the way.
Oh. So I'm gonna put it in mine at the moment.
The holy man's taking the money.
Hey, man's taking the children murder money.
The children murder money. The bribe. He's taking the bribe. The holy man's taking the bribe.
How do I flag that?
The gold?
No, I'm trying to just do that.
100
did
gold
it make
pieces
an
worth the
attack?
blood money.
So
How did
Yeah,
it
that-
make an attack?
It's attacking your morality.
exactly, it's attacking all of your morality. All of you take 2 points of morality damage. Your souls are now stained.
Are they? Are they?
Doug falls unconscious.
I mean, really, it was your fault the children died. You weren't there to stop us. And that,
And I'm just going to continue to essentially just chug this fucking bottle.
That's right, Malk. He wasn't there to stop you guys from the child murder. It's all his fault. As he's drinking, you should egg him on more. So he drinks more and feels worse about it. So he drinks even more. Is that not happening now?
Oh no, no, I'm probably gonna kill at least 2 or 3 bottles of rum on my own, and I know Doug is just keeping up because his con is high.
Doug, you're drinking with the priest man right now who's trying to bury his guilt in liquor.
Yes, it's a carrot. Alcohol and vices like that or is a flaw of mine. I'm going shot for shot.
It's not really shot for shot. He's just like downing a whole bottle. Like, not in one
I'm
good
just
go,
saying-
but he's nursing a bottle, and then he's like done with that one. He's going to another one.
Okay, bottle for bottle.
I say this would be at least 5 gold then from here, as you're probably going to get about 3 bottles of ramen before things just becoming a very slurry kind of haze of like arguing to each other about morale, semantics.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just going to continue complaining it, just incoherently. I'm gonna sound like
Sound like Tara?
oh god, yes, I'm gonna sound like Tara.
Tara's gonna walk up to you. My good man, you're leaving yourself to be so sloppy. You should pick yourself up and do something better with your life.
Trying to stare at him with one eye like, what the fuck are you talking like that?
And then he just goes back to mumbling like normal. That would be funny if Tara became more eloquent as he got drunker.
we made that joke already.
Today?
Not today.
Oh. Words
So,
are pronounceable this way. So, you're drunk, slurring words, back and forth, talking about morality for a bit. Give me a perception
Yep.
check at disadvantage from both of you.
Oh, I'm keeping up too. Can I also make a perception check?
Yeah, also at a disadvantage. Where's Ruby in all this? Are you watching these three get drunk, or are you trying to get drunk with them as well?
Perception at
I'd
advantage
be
or
watching.
disadvantage, or what's going on with it?
Disadvantage. from drinking.
Disadvantage.
Ed, can I get you to roll that for me? I'm not at my computer right now.
Sure, somewhere I can do that. Doug. Dougie Doug, 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 Dougie Doug, Doug. Disadvantage. Perception. That's persuasion.
I would be nearby, but Ruby's not one to get wasted.
Doug, Dougie Doug, Doug. A 4. So, Doug's not gonna see anything. Malk's not gonna see anything. Kyo's gonna see something though. Not Kyo. Malk. It's not. Damn it. I'm fucking up everybody's name.
Arum.
Arum. Let's see. What's he gonna see?
There's children outside.
There's children out there. They need to be dealt with.
They're speaking some foreign language.
They're speaking some foreign language. I think it's.
See, as soon as you say children, I'm just gonna start weeping.
That was not in game, but you know what?
I'm weeping. I'm weeping outside the game. Is that cool? No.
Yeah.
We'll say you probably have a large half-orc approach you. And he'll probably start mumbling some stuff to you. Perception check for it, then. Aram, you don't understand this person's talking to you about where you came from. More importantly, he's saying, did you come from the west? From Nizako?
I'm gonna kind of look at him with one eye as I'm swaying and still like halfway crying and be like, not quite Nizanko, much closer.
Not quite Nizako, much closer.
As mind you, I'm swaying. I'm definitely far too drunk to be useful to anybody.
That's that over the shoulder. Doing that. It's a kid from Nizako. From that. Came west way. No. See caravan, nothing like that. You see? Drinking from it back and forth from it. Just do the things. So no.
I seen a caravan.
I saw your group come in from it, and they had that, and he'll point over to the scale that you guys were given.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Where did you get that, more or less?"
From the caravan.
Caravan gave it to you. You belong?
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, "You belong,"
No, not to that caravan.
and he'll ask you, "What do you know of that scale?"
Big flappy lizard. Angry lizard. Breathes fire.
You'll see him not quite get upset, but he'll have a face come over that seems like almost distraught. And he'll say, "So there's nothing. Nothing that. So everything's been pulled out of leg."
Pulling your leg. I'm not tugging on your leg. What do you mean?
Malk will stop pulling on his leg.
He'll say, "So you said you got this from a caravan, But I thought they were only given out to people who were part of their group. All right, but you don't know anything about the group. Told me that they wanted to go join and do a bunch of other stuff. But if that's not the case, then then what was the point of all this? Then I feel like I'm being jostled around. You pulling my leg or somebody else with it? Then I guess can I just have that?
And I'll explain to him. It seems that the guards, or certain guards, ignore you if you have it. That's why they gave it to us, because we don't belong to a group. But we were out, and I'm just gonna start crying, like just laying back, crying, hunting children, and just like full on lay into the table and just weep again.
You're all sorts of drunk.
Oh, I'm fucking blasted.
He will then ask, well, if you don't belong to the group, then, and that's just for getting stuff by, would you be willing to sell it to him?
I'm gonna kind of point at Ruby, because I believe Ruby has 2 or 3 of the other scales.
I don't believe I have any scales.
Or were those in the group cart? Because I could have swore that we had like a big ass stash of those scales from when you all went and just bought something.
I don't think we had any more scales. Did we? Checking.
I don't have them. Does Zach have them?
I can check. I don't think Zach's gonna have them. Krishna.
I could have swore that we had.
I was gonna say, is it in the group
scales.
stash? Is it in the group stash?
It's not.
He's got one dragon scale on him. He's got exactly one. That's all he has.
Like,
Is exactly one.
I could have swore that you guys brought a handful of them back.
I swear we didn't get any.
When I thought you guys picked a stack of them up when hunting down what you thought was the Royal Griffin.
That was on the fight with the goblins and the hobgoblins beforehand. Like, they had those on them.
Yeah, you guys did take them.
But somebody has them. I don't have any on my sheet.
I don't think that we recorded them.
Probably not.
So
I mean, yeah, I guess if he's asking for scales, then we have a bunch of these at this point. I don't mind handing him one.
You'll see him like, reach down and take it.
I'm
And
gonna
be like,
add
just
the
like
scales.
that easy.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's not what I meant to do. I'm gonna add. I'm just gonna call it a general small pile of red scales. Because, yeah, we know that we have them. We just don't know how many we actually have. There we go. But, I'm gonna kind of look up from my stupor and be like, "What you want it for, though?"
He said I wanted to be part of the group for it. I had heard things about what they were offering to help my kind. But if that's not true and it's just that, so we don't get harassed, I'll do that too.
What group?
He says he don't know because he's never met them. Just talked about it. People with the scales down south. People taking it from there.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you. And just slump forward and finally just pass out.
Lightweight.
Lightweight, he says, after killing 3 bottles of rum.
Howard, Doug. And Mog
What?
doing.
Doug's still going.
Higher Khan.
Mark will try
I am
and
a
keep up
priest.
with Doug.
You know, 4 bottles of rum. Into it then from
I'm a
here.
priest. I'm not even supposed to be drinking.
Who made up those rules? Your religion?
Yes.
That seems like a bad religion then. Sounds like you don't need that kind of religion in your life. So that guy will take that. He will walk out. You will hear shouting from outside. Trying to think. What's next from here? Next day, grabbing from this, then a bite to eat, place to sleep. Because most of you live outside of town. Then from here, you have your own residency. Outside of what would be Ash, and then Knifey. So closing out the day with the money and gold that you have, what would be the next step that you guys do as a group?
Uh, I want to look into these scales and see what's like leaving them. This seems weird.
So the next thing you want to do is investigate about the red scales?
Yeah.
How would you go about that?
We know several groups have them and are using them. I guess try to track backwards and see where people are even getting them from in the first place.
Um,
We could always go to a shop
the passed out
And
man
see
says you
if-
can always go to a shop and see.
and see if they have any information on, at more specifically, what these scales are.
Well,
Yeah, I guess we could ask at a shop. Weird place,
Because-
but why not?
I mean, well, the thing is that they're valuable. Somebody should know what they're made out of.
so you're gonna go take it to a shop to get it appraised?
Yeah, let's go get it appraised, and then potentially, potentially either find out what the hell they actually are, or, at a minimum, find out how valuable they are.
Yeah. Would that be like a jeweler?
I mean, jeweler or magic shop. depending
Well,
on what it
magic shop
is.
might know more.
Jeweler in a magic shop. So you head over to one of those places then. See if
Yeah.
they know anything. Do you know of any places in town that would have something like this?
I mean, out of character, I do. Even if he's not actually in town, his associate should be.
Aram, you're
I
not
guess
you're
when
not
I-
from this town though, are you, Aram?
I mean, I've been proselytizing here for a while.
You've been prostituting here? What?
You couldn't afford
I-
this ass even if you tried.
I guess the smart thing to do would be to ask around town to see, like, okay, who's the go-to guy who knows about these
Ed-
things.
I would know some of the merchants and everything around town, right?
You would know a bunch of the merchants. You would know a bunch of the richer kind of people too for that then. Like you are going for direct ones, there is shops up top, up north, in the top district that would have particular things like that. There would be other ones on the lower end too that would have a lot of cool stuff for it then. But if you wanted somebody who could identify it, magic items and crap, you would have to go to the middle district.
Okay. Doug will grab the rest of the bottle that he's working on. He will grab another bottle, swing himself off of the bar stool, raise his hands, and let's go. And start to slightly stumble out the door.
Mark, looking at the bottle, will go, huh? Look down at the bottle again. Oh. Grab himself another bottle and waddle after Doug.
And Doug will lead us to let's try a magic shop first.
So they drank all night, overnight.
I didn't say they drink overnight. They drink a very long time though.
Oh, it'd be long enough that I would have woke up sober.
Might be long enough that you wake up drunk.
Depending on if Doug or Malk has been trying to shove the bottle back in my mouth while I'm asleep.
Yeah, so you guys will make it to the middle district then from here. You see a few different places. And you'll have one, Doug, that you'll know right off the beaten path will have a whole bunch of crap in there. This is a relatively larger shop. The doors are open today. You walk in, and you don't see the guy you're looking for, but you see one of his assistants who is standing at a table. And you have a little rat folk come run up to you. And they're like, "Oh, hello. How are you? Help you find anything? You have any wares or anything else like that you want?"
I'm actually hoping you can help us. We have this thing that I'd like for you to look at.
Well, sure. Looking to sells?
And I turn and we don't know about selling, but at least for you to look at to maybe let us know what the thing is. The thing.
Well, nod.
Where's the thing?
Nod her head for a few times. All right, yeah, sure, Cherry. Sure, Cherry, we can take care of it.
Pull out 2 or 3 of the scales.
Okay.
And kind of bend down and hand them to Cherry.
Just kind of look at it, and Cherry will look at it. Magic items?
Not sure. That's what we were kind of hoping to find out. We know that they're scales, but we don't know necessarily from what. And we know that people have been. Apparently, there are groups to the south that are very interested in these.
Groups to the south that'd be interested in these? Fairly odd.
So,
Fairly odd. She'll take it and look them over. She says, well, I don't see anything magical about these offhand, but we could check. Let me go get my assistant. And then we'll take a look for what we have.
okay.
You see her run off. I guess here, what is it quite like yelling, but it's definitely some other stuff that's going on.
Squeaking. Lots of squeaking.
Not squeaking. Just trying to find the right picture for it. You'll see what looks to be a drow come out from behind one of the areas from it then. He'll be walking with Cherry. Huh. You'll see him look over at you, the group, and he'll say, huh, well, I wasn't exactly expecting this then, but it seems like the right people that would have this.
I will raise my bottle towards them and then take a swig.
Alright. So then you wanted to know what this was then?
Ideally.
Well, it's just a dragon scale. How did you get this? I've seen a few people bring these in now, but to be honest, usually there's somebody trying to find more of them. You said you just wanted to know what it was, so you don't know what it was to begin with. Where did you get it?
We weren't aware that it was a full red dragon scale. We thought it was a drake, but if this is a full-on dragon scale, that's a entirely different beast. Because I mean, as you can see, we have a little drake with us, so. And we collected them off of bandits.
You collected them
That
off
we brought
bandits?
Yes. Bandits a little ways to the south.
Do you know why the bandits had this?
That's kind of what we were hoping to figure out. We heard something yesterday. I don't quite remember. I was very, very drunk. They said the betterment of the species. I believe it was a orc or half-orc fellow.
Not me.
Half orc.
Yeah.
Well,
Not this
Ed,
one.
would I know what they're talking about? Like, do I know of any like orcish rituals that involve dragon scales?
You would not. As far as you know, there's
Okay.
there's not any that involve scales whatsoever. Like that's just not a thing you guys do. In fact, you don't know anything about dragons, really. So if somebody's saying, "Hey, this involves a dragon thing for it," then you're like, "That's wrong. That's stupid. That's something that's unrelated with it."
So,
Yeah, so they wouldn't know anything about that. Doug would be like, "No, that doesn't sound right either." If there was something that involved dragon scales, I would know. I would have my own dragon scale, and it wouldn't be this thing that we just picked up. So yeah, he doesn't think it's a ceremony or anything else that they're doing with it. Seems like people are collecting them and bringing them in. It's for some other kind of reason. Give me an intelligence check. Or not intelligence check. Give me... what do I want you guys to roll?
insight?
No.
History?
No. Give me an Arcana or Nature
Arcana.
check. Arcana or Nature.
One second. Same difference to me.
I don't know if Steve wants to roll for it or not.
Alright, what? Cat was talking to me. My bad.
Arcana or Nature roll.
Yeah, I'll do a nature roll. I'm good at nature. Mm-hmm.
Nature.
Is he a -1?
I'll go ahead.
-2. I know a lot about nature, but do you? Yeah.
He knows all about the call of nature.
It's the most important part of nature is the call. Yeah. Nothing comes to mind when you're thinking about this. For anybody, except maybe Ruby. Think about how the skill would be used, what the skill normally is. It's a protective layer of skin on a dragon. Lizards wrote
Right.
for that. If other people have one of these, and they're using it for passing through, like, checkpoints unbound for it, this might be something... I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. Like a badge that somebody would be using. Like a signifier. You know, using it as a form of protection, in the form of it just being on your thing, like a like almost like a non-magical fetish of sorts. Like by having this thing, you have weathered some kind of protection from it. So they're using these to do that. So if you have people that are bringing them in to sell them, it's either they don't see any value of this, or they don't think the protection that they're getting from it is what was promised to them.
Gotcha.
The rabbit's foot.
Something like that.
So, we're potentially looking for a tribe of orcs kind of distributing these things. That doesn't bode well, but perhaps it's something we could look into.
Might be worth warning the guards about. My thing is if they're continuing to distribute these in large quantities, usually you hear about a dragon slayer. Somebody isn't slaying a dragon. How are they collecting all the scales?
Lizards do
Right.
shed.
Yeah, but usually lizards don't let anything close enough to collect the shed. Especially anything that's that big of a lizard. I mean, from what I know about dragons, usually if you get close to them, they tend to try to, you know, set you on fire.
What I know of dragons is they'll set you on fire. For fun.
That is a problem.
That is a problem.
So, Let's go talk to the guard captain and ask if they've found out about any dragon slayings.
I don't think the guard captain wants to talk to you right now. What, dragon
think
Probably
slayings?
not.
What you said, dragon slayings?
Yes.
That would be something that you wouldn't need to talk to that person about.
Or the Hunters Guild, actually. That would work.
Hunter's Guild is in Nizako. But then, I think everybody from this area would be able to tell you the basic history of Usandra and how it got formed. I think they technically already did. Like, you talk about the dragon slayings for it. Dragons haven't been seen around here in hundreds of years. Like, this whole town was built off of a dragon mountain that a bunch of dwarves dug into for, like, getting gems and gold and other kind of stuff like that. Like, if you're talking about, like, a dragon slaying, that is something that is almost fairy tale kind of setup. Like, oh man,
All right,
somebody's killing
well-
dragons for it then. It's like, okay, where? Not around here. Ain't no fucking dragons around here. You're out of your damn mind, man. If it was something
Well,
like
that's
that,
where-
then we would have heard about it immediately.
That's where I would ask Cherry and Zant about how old are these scales.
You'll see Zant kind of do a few things with his fingers as he's looking over. I would say older than my grandfather. These are relatively old. I guess by your considerations, be considered ancient. So at least 2 elf lives.
Okay. So, even though dragons are regularly shedding, those have definitely been shed an extended time ago.
You are making some assumptions about how dragon scales work. I think the bigger thing is when he's talking about how old these are, he's talking at least a couple thousand years old. With the understanding for it, if a dragon scale is that old, the dragon that they came from is probably dead. Having died of either old age or some other circumstances. So they have value. But when you're saying, hey, yo, they killed a dragon, you present them with like a couple thousand-year-old dragon scale, he kind of balks it off like, no, it ain't.
Gotcha.
See, what makes it so unusual is we have as many of them as we have.
He kind of shrugs adventuring types. Bring in stuff like that all the time. I mean, he kind of gestures to the store. All the different weapons and artifacts and stuff that they have for sale, stuff that they've bought. It's like, it's not unheard of. Mast has visitors from plenty of different places. Setting up shop isn't too bad for anything. If you have a bunch of those, there's not really a way to question it.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Well,
wherever that came from wasn't around here.
okay. So it looks like we have to go south if we want to find out more.
Have to go down south to find out more. While you're here, though, would you be interested in buying anything? We have plenty of stock and stuff.
Well, I'll ask them,
I mean,
do they have anything light enough for me to wear?
Since we got robes,
Well, I
mystical
got
endowments,
robes.
and other things like that. Rings.
Do you have something that would
Anything.
help me a bit in terms of, well, if you sneeze in my direction, it'll probably hurt me.
Thinking maybe you might want to get a shield then. That might help.
I don't know that I can lift it.
Oh yeah, you are fairly weak, aren't you?
Shields don't have a strength rating.
Would it help you though? Yeah, shield would help. Better question. Do you have proficiency with shields?
Technically, I have a proficiency in light, medium, or heavy armor.
So then you can wear it all.
Yeah.
You can't wear one that has.
Definitely have shields.
It just means whether or not I can pick it up is a question.
It's not a question.
You can pick it up. You're not like infirm. Not like you're walking around with a rocker. You can.
I have a 6 in strength. I thought an average adult human is a 10.
Technically, an average adult human is an 8, but
So
you're as weak
I'm
as an
weaker.
elderly.
Yeah.
My grandma could beat you up. A holy man. So then, what are you asking for? You're asking for armor? Asking for some kind of protection? What are you asking for from here?
protection.
They could get you a ring of protection if that's something you'd like.
That might work. How expensive will that be?
They're relatively common. We get those in all the time. About 500 gold is what it'll say.
Okay.
And you'll see him pull out a small kind of platter of rings. And he'll say, pick one that you like to your choosing.
Copper or gold? Excellent.
I don't know if that popped up for you guys or not.
Popped up for
Ring of
me.
protection. I see it.
Oh, where are you at?
Bunch of other things going on. Here. Looks over then to Ruby, Malk, and Doug. Is there anything you'd wanted? Anything that you were looking for?
I have a lot of cash, so surprise me for 300 gold.
Surprised you for 300 gold. Walk over. Let's see. As I'm flipping through the book right now to find something really cool.
How much did a platinum
100 gold.
break into?
100 gold.
Okay. Thought it was 1,000. I don't know why. So, yeah, I'd have handed him 5 of those.
I have any armor for that. That's set up. 300 gold from it then. We'll bring over a large bottle and a tankard. He's like, your choice.
Large bottle?
You'll set the bottle down in front of you. As for the 300 gold,
Alright.
All right. You'll notice that there is a feather onto it. Then he says that is a potion of flying.
Nifty.
Do you have anything that can make me stronger?
Stronger in what way? He'll ask.
There's more than one way to be strong.
Well, some people
He
are.
just flexes.
Is it wrong to be strong? Well, there's multiple ways to be strong. There's strong as in being able to lift things, and strong in being able to take a beating.
I'd like to hit people harder.
He says with your fists.
Well, currently I use this giant sword on my back, but
Apparently there's a giant sword on my back. '18th strength. He says, I don't think I'll have anything to be able to make you stronger like that. Might have a potion, though. But that would only be temporary.
what about something where I can use this giant sword and this shield at the same time? Because right now the sword's just... I'm not quite strong enough, but I'm getting there.
Says he will have to take a look for a few things. That he might have something in the back for it, but he doesn't know if that's for sale just yet. He'd have to wait for the owner to come back then before he can start divvying things up.
Ah, it's on. It's been pawned. Okay, I understand.
Stronger for it. We have belts that would do that then, but I don't think they make you any stronger than what you are right now. I have gloves of the same kind of thing like that. Huh. Says I don't think I have any way to make you stronger. Well, the other thing would be maybe adamantine, but even then, it's its own individual thing. Yeah, the most he'd be able to offer you is a few potions, but those would be temporary. Would you be interested in those?
Not really.
He shrugs. He says, I can't help you at the time then. I have to wait for the owner to get back before I can toss you some stuff.
Okay.
What about Malk?
Malk could use an upgrade to his weapon.
What kind of weapon is that? I don't think you can get a bigger...
Bows.
Bows? We got tons of bows. What kind of bow are you looking for? Nice bow. Shooty bow. Bobo.
I do like bobos.
Bobo. It's two bows typed together.
Bonobos.
Bonobos. Oboes.
Do you have a bazooka?
A bazooka. Yes, we do.
It's called a ballista.
It is called a ballista. I believe you already have one, though.
No, the bazooka. It's
Um,
all in the shaft. They have compressible explosives. Good siege weapon.
So, what kind of magic bows you got?
He says they do have quite a number of them. What the? Page not found. Get out of here. Page not found. What? Weird. There is a number of them. They have ones that are slightly magically enchanted. They have other ones that are... The word he wants to use is racist, but it's not that. Ones that are like inclined to particular races. One's designed for hunting.
I wouldn't mind something slightly magical enchanted.
And he'll say, "Well, how much you got? What's your What's your price range?"
Oh, I got some money. Let's keep it under. Let's try to stay within 1,000 gold, maybe.
1,000. That only gets you one. He'll say. In fact, there's only one for 8,000. He'll show you two bows, a bigger bow and a smaller bow.
How do you have 1,000? I don't nearly have that much.
When we rolled magic items at the beginning, I rolled no magic items and only money.
I was about to say he rolled Bruce Wayne.
Oh, you have a trust fund. Okay.
I've never had to use this gold for anything, so I just kept holding on to it. I didn't know it could be exchanged for goods and services.
I was hoping, $20. I was hoping for a peanut.
$20 can buy many peanuts. Explain how.
It can be exchanged for goods and services.
It always comes back to The Simpsons. Yeah, he's giving you two choices from it then. It's a short bow or a long bow.
The bigger one.
Longbow for 8,000.
Was it
Is this a plain non-magical longbow?
Did I say plain long magical longbow? I don't think I said it like that.
No, it was stated that it's slightly magically enchanted.
So +1 longbow.
Oh, it's just a +1.
Just a +1 for 1,000.
Question. Question regarding the damage. Does that make my projectiles magical, or do I have to buy magic projectiles?
It does.
Okay.
Use a weapon that has an ammunition property to make a ranged attack only if ammunition in front of the weapon each time you deal with the attack. Yep, it makes them magical. By way of the transitive property. Or some shit.
I mean, it'd be really upsetting if it didn't.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, so that'll be 1,000 gold.
Do you take Visa?
Vis-a-vis?
They only take MasterCard.
Accepted everywhere. American Express. American Express is accepted in most places, actually, which I find hilarious.
Discover is pretty much accepted everywhere at this point. Amex is accepted outside of the States.
Alright, I'm marking off 1,000 gold.
All my money. Gone.
700
money's all
gold
gone.
and 3 plat.
Sorry, I wasn't using that before. And then, what about Ruby?
Yeah, you already did me.
Did we?
Yep.
Yeah.
How to fly.
Oh! Flying potion. What did I miss?
Yeah. Gave him a little bit of weed.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was right at the front.
A
Ruby.
little bit of weed with a little bit of cocaine.
Orm got the Ring of Protection. Rolf got a bow. And Doug doesn't have anything right now that can make him stronger that isn't it's available for sale. said you wanted to go south then to find more information for what's going on in regarding to the scales. Alright. Think. Just feeling how this is going on right now. That this is going to be more or less our shopping and getting some back stuff forth then. So I think we're going to end the session here.
Okay.
Because half of our guys are missing. It's Mother's Day, and then there's also the thing at 11 o'clock forth then. So let's get some time to get situated. We'll just call it a shorter session today for this.
What's that? 11 o'clock?
Viv.
11 o'clock is
Yeah.
Viv's thing.
Ah, gotcha.
All right. So I'll call it for here, and I will end the stream.